My name is Swen Schaml. I'm the service manager at Mercedes Benz of Austin. I started off, and after high school, I bought my first car and I kept breaking it. So I had to learn how to fix it. And several of my neighbors were technicians or shop foremen. So we all kind of had a car culture on our street. And after beginning to fix my cars, we started rebuilding cars together. And I ended up at the Jaguar Land Rover dealership in Santa Monica, California, where I pretty much did every position in the dealership up until I became service manager. Automotive technician, our technicians are bumper to bumper. So they'll fix any part of the car that needs any repair. So from tires, alignments, oil changes, engine rebuilding, transmission rebuilding, water leak on the interior and have to take the whole interior out of the car to fix it. One unique thing that we do have here is we support Formula One at the Dakota racetrack. So last year we sent 2 technicians to the racetrack to support hot lap cars where all the VIPs were being taken around the track in AMG race cars. So we had 2 guys who got to do that, and they actually got to drive on the racetrack and have lunch with the F1 team, with Lewis Hamilton and the whole Mercedes Benz Formula One racing team. So it's really cool. 2 years ago, we painted the bodies of those cars when they arrived in America. So that was done at our body shop. So yeah, but it's a really nice place, nice things to do. For us, entry level, we're looking at $14 to $18 an hour for our trainees. Our journeyman technicians, they're in the high 20s. And we have 2 qualifications. One is certified diagnostic technician, and then the other one would be a team leader, and they can be up into the $40 an hour plus commissions based on the productivity of their teams. Mercedes-Benz has a unique pathway that we usually like to see our technicians go through, which is going to the Universal Technical Institute, UTI, and then going into the Mercedes-Benz Drive program. That's been the most successful path for us. We have sent students to the ACC or community colleges and then into the Drive program. So we like to find people that have their hands on their car already. You know, you're playing with your car at home, you're tuning it, you're racing it, you're braking it, you're fixing it. And then we like to give you the formal education on what you really should be doing it. And it's based very heavily on electronics at this day and age. We have so many computers in our cars. In the generic automotive world, we have what they're called the ASEs. And they certify your ability in different areas of the vehicle, be it brakes, suspension, transmission, engine, electronics, and you test out. For example, Jaguar requires you to have those certifications. Mercedes-Benz does not. But Mercedes-Benz, we have base certified, star certified, and then master technician. So you begin your path with Mercedes-Benz. We're fortunate, we have the training center up in Grapevine, and we send our technicians, not only our entry-level technicians, but all technicians are sent pretty much at least once a year up to Grapevine, and there is a development path that Mercedes-Benz prescribes for the technicians to go ahead and advance through the training. On the human side, a technician generally is dealing with the mechanical side, but you have to interact with the parts department. Parts have to be special ordered. The correct parts have to be found. You have to explain to your service advisor, what does the vehicle need? How much is it going to cost? What is the most important repair, and what can the guest put off to a later date? And so we do consultative selling, explaining to the customer what the vehicle needs and when it needs it, and then they can make the choices on what needs to be done now in an educated manner. As an automotive technician, people are bringing you their problems, their worries. How much is it going to cost? How long am I going to be without my car? And you have to figure out in an efficient manner, what does the car need? How is it going to get fixed? And how much is it going to cost? But once you have this car that 3 other people have worked on and they can't figure out what it is, and you figure it out and fix it, and you see the joy on the guest's face and your own personal sense of satisfaction that you were able to fix something that nobody else could. It's really satisfying. To begin a career as an automotive technician, and we like to say technician, not mechanic, because the knowledge that's required these days is well above changing a water pump, changing brakes. It's very high tech. So if you're interested in this field, highly recommend either a trade school or a community college automotive program. Gain all the knowledge that you can, specifically in electronics, computers, and you just need to question people and your teachers and just suck the knowledge out of them for whatever area of automotive repair you want to go into. My experience of over 30 years in the automotive industry and hiring technicians, we look for, again, the applicant who is already doing automotive stuff, right? They're a car enthusiast, and you have to have an aptitude of just being mechanical and grasping things and touching them. And then we look for the second component, which is the education. Have you been to a trade school? Are you attending community college? And then from there, we can build you. And we prefer personally to hire new people as opposed to hire from other stores, because we have a culture here at Mercedes-Benz of Austin, and our people define our business. And so we like to bring people in and mold them into our culture. The pathway for a Mercedes-Benz technician is you're going to start either in tires and alignment or express service, doing oil changes and brakes. Typically, we spend about a year in one of those 2 departments or both of those departments. Then you're moved into what we call the main shop, and you're placed with a master technician. And generally, you spend another 6 months working with that master technician. At that point, you become a journeyman technician. Basically, you can do anything on the vehicle that needs to be done, bumper to bumper. We do continue to send our technicians to technical training with Mercedes-Benz. Then you become an assistant team leader. The cream of the crop becomes certified diagnostic technicians, which means you're taking the cars that no one else can fix, and you're taking them under your wing. You're figuring out what's wrong with that vehicle, and then you're giving it back to the technician for him to complete the repairs and educate him on what he missed and how to do better next time. And then you could branch out at some point and become a service advisor, service consultant on the service drive, working with guests instead of cars. Or you could continue on to shop foreman, service manager. So that's kind of the progression that's there. From service manager, you could become a general manager of the dealership, running both sales and service, depending on your qualifications. Nationwide, the there was a deficit where the high schools were not promoting trades anymore. And so the technician population is very aging, and technicians are retiring at a faster rate than we can replace them. Specific to Mercedes-Benz of Austin, we never slowed down during the pandemic. We're building a parking garage with a new workshop in it behind our current dealership. And we could hire 8 entry-level people right now and 5 journeyman technicians right now. As a technician, and specifically as a Mercedes-Benz technician, we again we have the Grapevine Training Center, and we're continually sending our technicians to the training centers. There is a guided path of certain courses that the technician needs to take in succession to continue their development. And then unique to us, the Continental Auto Group, which includes Infiniti, Subaru, First Texas Honda, Mercedes-Benz of Austin, and Mercedes-Benz of San Juan, Texas, we do have our own internal growth path for our employees, depending on what they want to achieve. We have mentorships and leadership. We have a book club where we're reading books and sharing our thoughts. So yes, there's great opportunity.